I think the first thing that I'd say to all of our students is congratulations. Making the decision to actually apply and start in a program is a huge decision. So congratulations on making that first leap. And then the next thing I'd say is we're relying on you as part of our global network.
I really, really admire these people because the perseverance that it takes, the fortitude that it takes for them to persist and to finish is incredible. The organization and the dedication that they have are really amazing.
I've worked with graduate students and what we call non-traditional students probably for my whole career. And it's just those people that are really striving to get a degree and that they need just that extra help because they have all these other things that they're balancing. And perhaps because my father was one of those students back in the Depression, that he had to go to school what they called night school then. I don't know, but I've always been, always wanted to help the graduate students and the adult, what we call non-traditional students.
I tell all new students the first semester is the hardest because if you think about it, you're working full-time. Many of our students have families, probably active in civic organizations or their church or volunteer posts. I mean, we have a lot going on. But the reality is, if your boss came to you today and said, Jane or Bob or Mary, I need you to take on this project, you'd figure out a way to take on that project. So school's the same way, right? That first semester, you figure out where am I gonna pull a little bit of time here or a little bit of time there and squeeze this in. And then once you get through that first semester, it's part of the mix. So now it's just a routine that you keep going.
I think that our students really do experience what I hope they will always experience when they are a Northeastern student, which is that they're welcome, that they're supported, that they find us to be a real partner in their educational experience.
When you first see a rose, it's really tightly wound and it's open there. But as it starts to become exposed to sunlight and water and nutrients, it just starts to blossom. And eventually it's open and it's receptive and it's seeing things differently. So I've always equated education to the blooming of a rose, right? You come into it a little apprehensive, not really sure what this teacher's gonna tell me or if this professor is going to tell me something that I already know. But you watch throughout the term of a course or throughout the culmination of a degree program that individuals all of a sudden start to become more open and accepting and they see things differently.
Our role is to build bridges to the main campus, to serve as your guides and your navigators, to make sure that things happen for you. And that's why we have a significant support system here for students.
Most of our students, we say, are mid-career professionals, and they've either hit the ceiling where they are currently, or they're tired of doing what they've done for 15 or 20 years, and they're looking for a change into a new environment. And what education does is gives them that opportunity to either advance in their chosen industry or to change careers completely. And education gives you the knowledge and the skills, but also with a program like the one at Northeastern where it's really about applied learning, you're able to take new theories and apply them to your workforce and then become versant in the challenges of the industry.
We do really embrace our students as much as they want to be embraced. I mean, we have a lot of students who we never actually see, but we try to engage them virtually, electronically, over the phone, those types of things.
We are in tune to the needs of the type of student we're talking about. And this whole environment is set up specifically for them. So we're ready to meet the needs of someone who is kind of freaking out because they're making a decision that they're going to go to school full-time and how they're going to do everything else. We are trained and prepared to make that happen.
We're committed, to doing things professionally and in their best interest. So when they call, we answer the phone. When they have a problem, we work hard to get it resolved so that they're not left hanging.
You have a continued commitment from this university. There's a phrase that we use which is called Network for Life, which means that our career services, which is rated one of the top in the country, will be there if you want them. So they're there to help you seek positions. through tools and preparation for interviews to also negotiations for salary. And 10 years from now, when you're ready to make a job change, it's there. Or you're in a leadership role and you're looking for new graduates. The university's there for you. So you are truly networked for life.
It's very satisfying to know when you help somebody who's, just run up against a brick wall in a big organization, and they are, so grateful when you're able to help them, untie that knot and they can move on, because really what they're paying for is education and not having to deal with an organization and a system. So if we could help them get rid of that and get through that quicker, it's better. It's better for them.
When you go back to school, it has to be about more than the piece of paper, right? The piece of paper is great to put on a wall, and it might help you get your foot in the door to apply for a position. But at the end of the day, it's about the skills, the competencies, the knowledge and the abilities that you're going to bring to that employer, because ultimately that's what that employer is paying you to do, right? So the quality of the degree has to be equally as important as the goal of getting the degree. And having the ability to transform that experience while you're going through the program and apply it to things that you're doing every day is really the golden nugget in all of this. Because anyone can pick up a book and read it and say, I've gained this knowledge, but can you apply that? Can you apply the critical thinking skills? Can you put a different lens to it and look at it differently and come out with a different outcome? Ultimately, that makes you more valuable as an employee.
We want to be partners and make their experience one that, quite frankly, they tell other people that, I learned a lot, I was treated well, people there were genuine, and if we can have people graduate and feel that way, we've done our job.
You bought into Northeastern probably because of the quality of our program, or you talked to another student who had a great experience here, or maybe you bought in because you wanted to be part of a global network. And now my challenge to you is you are the global network. So tap into what's available to you that's already here based on a century of individuals who've come through the university, but then also be willing to offer your network to others, because we're all part of the Husky Nation now.